Welcome everyone to the Vision Board tutorial. I am Aunt Carla from Marie Lazeau, and we are going to learn today how to create vision boards and to prepare for your intention. We're now beginning a new year. It's now December 2020, and a lot of us are thinking about, we're planning our 2021 and what we want to create. And one powerful way to do that is to use vision boards. So in an earlier, for my intention intensive challenge masterclass the other day, I said, this is you. This is you. You are a powerful individual. You do not have to go outside of yourself to get any kind of power to make things happen. You are the magician. And this tarot card with this magician archetype is a representative of you, to remind you that you have all of the power to create your reality. You are not at the mercy of fate. You do not have to accept what you feel life has handed to you. You do not have to suffer. There are things you can do, and one of those is tapping into your inner powers. So I feel that vision boards are very powerful as manifestation tools, and I will tell you why. Now, the power of visualization is powerful because visualization, it activates the creative powers of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is the part of your brain that is working at all times, even when you are not consciously awake. When you're sleeping, it's your subconscious mind that keeps your heart beating, that keeps you from hopefully doing crazy things in the middle of your sleep. Well, anyway, your subconscious mind is in control of your body. So even though you are not consciously awake, your subconscious mind is in control. And when you see things during your while you are conscious, you can also program your subconscious mind by continually giving it images of things that you want to create. And the visualization focuses your brain by programming its reticular activating system, also known as the RAS, to notice available resources that were always there but previously unnoticed. So, sometimes once you are on the path of something or you're thinking about a particular thing, you start to see it a lot. That is what your reticular activating system is. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that next. And visualization magnetizes and attracts you to the people, resources, and opportunities that you need to achieve your goal. Okay. So the reticular activating system. So it's a bundle of nerves at our brain stem that filters out unnecessary information so that the important stuff gets through. And the RAS is the reason why you might learn a new word and then start hearing it everywhere. Or it's why you can tune out a crowd full of talking people, yet immediately snap to attention when someone says your name or something that at least sounds like it. There are people will say, don't think about pink elephants, and all of a sudden that's all you can think about. Or if you've ever played that car ride game where it's called Punch Buggy, and you might be in the car with siblings or whomever, and and the idea is that when you see a bug like a Volkswagen bug, I might be dating myself, you would punch the other person, and so you would be looking for and you would find these Volkswagen bug cars. And I don't even know how popular they are anymore, but the idea is when you have something in your mind that you are looking for, what you are trying to attract, you will see it everywhere. And that is what your brain does. And when you are using a visualization tool such as a vision board, it preps your brain so that you are aware of things that you might not have been paying attention to before. So this is a traditional vision board. Many of us have tried this at some point. Someone had mentioned, I think it was Rose, said that she had done one a million years ago. Many of us have, right? So they'd have this big piece of poster board, and we'd get a whole stack of magazines. Some people would do vision board parties, and everyone would bring a stack of magazines, and they'd cut stuff out. They'd cut out pictures and captions, and it would just be a lot of fun. And this is a kind of fun things to do with numbers as well. Yeah, whatever whatever means something to you. Like, so the thing is, you would find pictures or you would find numbers or captions, things that speak to you, and you would place this on your vision board, and people would place it like on their wall. And so every time they would see it, they would, it sort of inspires you, or just kind of reminds you of what it is that you want to attract in your life, what you want to create. Rose says more wine than vision on those parties. I know what you mean, because those would actually be a lot of fun, especially you bring wine and maybe some snacks, and then everyone is doing their vision board and kind of getting in that whole like a game, making it, of getting all, oh, can I borrow that magazine when you're done, and everyone's got their scissors and they're cutting out stuff, and they are so much fun. But there are some drawbacks, but there's nothing wrong with these. If you like these, definitely by all means get them. But we're living in a different world now, and there are some drawbacks with them. So for example, traditional vision boards require you to cut pictures and captions from magazines. When was the last time that you bought a print magazine? I can't even tell you. Or what if you can't find your dream or someone who looks like you in a magazine? Now, granted, we have come a long way with seeing people of color and getting representation, but what if, for example, you are a woman of color and you want to become an astronaut, or you're a little girl, you're starting young, and you're like, I want to be an astronaut. I haven't seen, if you haven't seen anyone in a magazine that looks like you, what do you do? And another thing with having those traditional vision boards on your wall, depending on who you live with or who is coming through your home, a vision board may also attract the curiosity, criticism, and judgment of someone that you live with, when you'd rather keep your visions to yourself. And I like to tell people, silence is rule number one when it comes to magic. So I personally don't like to have vision boards out and about. Like, I might have a book or something like that, but if I know that people are going to be coming through, because people are nosy, they come into your house and they're like, oh, what's that? I'm not really feeling that. I'm not down with that at all. So I like to keep my visions to myself. And another thing with a traditional vision board is, once your vision board is filled, you can't add or remove images. One of the great things about having a vision board is, as you start really working with it, you might start to refine your idea. And what that means is, sometimes you might learn something else that you want to add to your vision board, or you get into something and you decide, oh wait, I don't want this anymore and I want to remove it. And that's, there's nothing wrong with that, because that is actually progress. When you are working on your manifesting journey, you will often realize, oh, wait a second, I thought I wanted this thing, but really I don't. So let me remove that. But if you remove that, that might mess up the rest of your traditional vision board. So I want to suggest a way to create a vision board that's a lot more fluid, so you can add and remove and refine your vision as you go along. Oh, Lennon buys magazine bundles from the library. See, now that's a great idea. I didn't even know that that's a possibility. So if any of you still want to have a traditional vision board with magazines, check out the library and buy magazine bundles. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Okay, so we're going to talk about digital vision boards, and I'm going to show you some how-tos. First, we're going to start with Uncle Jim's 2018 vision board. And this is so funny to me because, as I've mentioned before, when I first, Uncle Jim is my husband, if you don't know already. When we first met, when we first started dating, and I was talking about vision boards, he thought that a vision board was what you got, what like the board, or like when you went to the eye doctors, and they give you that test. He thought that was a vision board. I'm like, no, a vision board is pictures of things that you want. Now, at the time, Jim and I were living in two separate cities. I was in New York City. He was in Brewster, New York. We were 2 hours away, and I would see him every weekend. That was great, but weekend's not really long enough. So his vision board represented the things that he wanted. So for example, this is him in front of a house, and then on the right side, it's him and me, because we wanted to live together. Now, we're both performers, we're musicians, so his top picture in the middle is the two of us performing together. If any of you know now, we are definitely living together, we're married, we're performing together. there's a $100 bill, which represents money. At the time, he wasn't doing as much. He didn't have a lot of work coming through, but that has definitely changed. In the middle, he has a van with two kayaks in the middle and a camper. His idea at the time was he wanted to do more. He wanted to have sort of like a camper van, but his idea has actually changed because he ended up getting a van and he would like put a bed in it. So if he wanted to kind of camp out, he could do that. But interestingly enough, we ended up getting two kayaks. That wasn't anything that we really had planned to get, but there was a really great sale. And it just so happens that part of this vision came through. 210 was his goal weight. Now, you wouldn't notice this necessarily. Jim is a big guy. He's like 6'3". And when he took this picture here, he had still, this was even like pre-COVID. He had gained weight even more than that. But at the beginning of this year, he had like he was having trouble breathing. And it was before COVID. So it wasn't COVID, but it was something really serious. And different doctors said that, told him different things, but one of them said, you really need to lose the weight. And so he just gave up sugar. He's like one of those people that when they decide something, that's it. So he did finally get to that 210 weight. Amazing. Bottom left, there's like a Santa Claus with reindeer. And Jim and I have this musical that we're working on called Santa's Reindeer Ranch. So that was kind of represented by that. There's a keyboard here. Oh, you're welcome. There's a keyboard. So like there's like a house, a cottage looking thing that he liked. And there is a red Wurlitzer keyboard that he wanted to get. And he ended up getting a computer version of it that he likes even more. So he does a lot of recording work. He's a producer and an engineer as well. So it turns out that there's like computer emulations of this keyboard. So he was able to add that to his toolbox. And then finally, the bottom right, he wanted us to go on a vacation. And later in this year, we actually ended up going to Puerto Rico. So this is really fantastic that, and the thing is, yes, thank you, Uncle Jim, they say, for sharing this, because it was like, this was really cool. And for someone who is not even, he's an atheist and he's a muggle. Like he is not into witchy stuff at all. He humors me. He supports what I do, but he decided he wanted to try this vision board thing out. And this is what he came up with. And look at him, with things are going great. So, all right. So this is what he did in Pages. So if you have that program, you could do something like this. So this is kind of like a collage. Now I'll show you a version of mine, this is my 2018 vision board that I did the same year. This is what I did on Pinterest. So again, we're with that, remember that whole, what did I say? That cowboy Christmas, Santa's Reindeer Ranch. So I found another picture with Santa with toys on horses. We have, there's kids because we wanted our songs to be sung by school kids, so we found a picture of kids singing in a holiday concert. I have a Grammy right in the middle because it's a Grammy. I want a Grammy, right? I have Jackson 5 Christmas album because that's my favorite Christmas album. Online entrepreneur, that's a picture of my hands because I wanted to work from home. Down at the bottom here, it's a picture of Jim and I when we were working on our thing. We borrowed, like his sister lent us his like a ski apartment, and we stayed there for a week while we worked on it. But I took a picture of us hanging out because I wanted us both to work from home. So here, this is a picture of us together. So I wanted to create, so what I'm showing you here is not like to show off anything, but to say that Pinterest enabled me to put pictures that we have already done ourselves into that, so I can see other stuff that I wanted to do. And then you can see here, there's like Santa, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is coming to town. I have little pictures from there. There's quotes. There's a picture of the North Pole. So these are things that I wanted, that I set up in my vision board for 2018. Okay, now when it comes to doing your vision board, before you start getting pictures, I want you to describe your vision. Like, what is it that you want to accomplish in 2021 and beyond? What are you doing? Like, what is your intention? What is your goal? What are you doing? So you could take notes first, like you could, write it down. Where are you doing it? Are you doing it somewhere specific? Are you doing it in another country? Are you doing it at the beach? Are you doing it, are you working from home? What is your vision? Who is doing it with you? Are you doing it with a particular person? Is there a person that you would really like to work with? There's a celebrity that you would like to meet. When does it take place? When does your vision, your dream take place? Are you doing something that happens during the day or at night, a particular season? We were doing our Christmas musical, so we have a lot of Christmas pictures. And are there any other details such as logos, products, mock-ups, et cetera, et cetera? What are the things that you would like to see that you're going to put onto your visual, on your vision board? So if you wanted to set up your first Etsy store, you could get get like the Etsy logo, you would include that. If you have products of your own, definitely include that. Like I know Tanessa has her, she has one of the many things that Tanessa's working on. So she is working on her, like spiritual products, spiritual holistic products. So you can put your own products that you have already in there, or if you have a logo of your own, you could take something similar that you see and kind of tack it on to someone else's. Not that you're stealing their stuff, but this is something for you so you can envision it. What do you envision your products looking like? Mock-ups are another thing. So mock-ups such as, are you wanting to write a book? Do you want to, are you making a CD or an album? I'm dating myself. What are you trying to create? Can you make a mock-up of it? Like something that looks, kind of a facsimile of what it's going to be. Is there a house that you want to, you take a picture in front of your house, or what might it look like? You want a keys to a new car, get pictures of that. Like, so think about that first, and then we're gonna get some pictures. Now, you can create and find pictures for your dream. So one of the fun things that I like to do is to do a photo shoot for custom photos. Like if there's something that that you can't find yourself, that you're not going to be able to find, or you want to have your picture in it, do some photo shoots. You can totally do this in with your iPhone, your Android. Phones are so awesome. And I will tell you, I'm going to teach you a really cool trick on how you can remove the background. So if you want pictures of just your face, or like a whole full length picture, or maybe you're going to put like your head on a skinnier body. I've done all of that. But you can take pictures that kind of look like what you want. So do some custom photo shoots. Those are really fun. Someone said that they wanted to like start a business with their partner. So, take a picture with your partner, and then you'd have the picture, you could move that picture like inside a storefront. So, get really creative, and you can search for phrases in Google Images. So I have here in the example, holding hands. So if you wanted to have picture, you're attracting love in your life, you want to find your soulmate, holding hands would be a great image to have. When I was doing my soulmate vision board back in the day, I had pictures of elderly people laughing. And then I happened to also find like a picture of an elderly couple um, having a pillow fight. And what that represented to me was growing old in love, having a partner that I grow old with. So so think about that. Like, when you think of the love that you want to attract in your life, don't just think about a particular person. Think about what are the qualities of the relationship, what are the qualities of that person, someone who is affectionate, someone who gives gifts. These pictures can all be found in Google if you look. Now, also, you can find pictures in Pexels, Pexels.com, and Unsplash.com. These are royalty-free photos, but they're just going to be for your eyes only, so it doesn't really matter. But they're just places where you can find specific pictures. So if you can't find what you want in Google Images, you can find out some really high quality, gorgeous pictures in Pexels and Unsplash. And of course, Pinterest has plenty of examples, and we're going to be using Pinterest for one of our uh, examples for one of our examples of digital vision boards. So, but Pinterest is filled with pictures. And thank you. Shoshana has a link here for nappy.co/all. It's a free photo site for Black and Brown people. That is so very helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Shoshana. Because as many of us know, if you're of color, for a very long time, it was very difficult to see people who, who look like us, and representation is very important. So it doesn't, you might, and it might not even be a matter of color. It could be like, it could be ability, like you might be challenged in some other way, and you want to find people that look like you, and you want to represent yourself in these images, and that is so very important. Okay, so creative about, so put yourself in your vision pics. Now I'm going to show you how to do this in Canva. So I'm going to share something new. Okay, we're going to go to canva.com. I'm going to put this in the thing, https://canva.com. Oops, I didn't do that right. Hold the phone. https://canva.com. Okay, much better. Okay, so I'm now going to share Canva. Where it is somewhere. Where is Google Chrome? Okay. Okay, so this is canva.com. This is I use this all the time, so I have the paid version, but you can do everything that I'm talking about with the free version. Canva is an amazing, amazing, amazing program that you can use for creating graphics, and it is very user-friendly, and it's like, I've never really figured out how to use Photoshop. Photoshop has all these really cool things, but I don't have no idea really how to work it. And I admire anyone who can. But I will show you, this is the home page for Canva. Let me just double check. Can people see my Canva screen? Canva, great. Yes, y'all can see, okay, thank you. Hey, Arden. All right, so we're gonna go to create a design. Now, one of the things you can do, this is so amazing. Canva gives you, these are templates that you can create graphics in all kinds of different sizes. And since I started using them, they've added so many different features. But for this example, we're going to start with an Instagram post. It could be whatever size, but I just want to show you what I'm going to do. So Instagram post, and it gives me a canvas that is a Instagram post size. See, so there's like a square here. Okay, now I want to use this. Okay, there you go. Now templates, uploads. This is like when I upload things, the pictures that I upload are here. So you see upload is selected. Photos. These are photos that Canva even has. Canva even has some photos available. Some of them are not available for free. They charge you extra, but you can get a lot done with the free ones, trust me. Elements, that's when we're gonna do shapes and things. Text is for when you are wanting to create text, and I will show you how to do that. And we'll stay with most of that. If you wanted to change the background, you could like click that and see different colors. But for our purposes today, we are not going to need that. So I want to show a picture of, let's say I want to learn how to do yoga in 2021. And it could happen because it's something I'm definitely thinking about. So from the class that we did earlier this week, this is a picture of Shayla Marie. What I'm first going to do is crop it because I'm going to fill this whole box here. So I'm going to hit the crop button. And I'm going to make this a square, and you'll see why in a second. Okay, make this a square, and I hit done. Now I want to fill this whole thing out. So I'm just going to use the whole space. I don't have to, but you know, why not? So then this is a really nice picture, but I could put this picture on here and it'd be fine, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take it a step further and I'm going to put me in it. So see this picture here? This is a picture of me, and when I click this picture, it automatically puts it on top. If I wanted to change the position, I hit this position button, it'll go back, front. If I don't stretch it out all the way, it would take it in the front, backwards or forwards. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I'm going to do, I am going to crop this picture so it's just my head. I just happen to have this picture with green hair, but it works for the purposes of today. Okay, done. Canva now has this wonderful, I used to have to do this somewhere else, this wonderful feature. You hit effects, you see where this effects button is. I click this and hit the background remover. So this is going to remove the background of my image with one click. I hit that. We wait. The magic of Canva does its thing. Any day now. Boom, there we go. Now I'm gonna take it one step further because you see how she's looking in that direction. I'm going to now flip. There's this flip button here. I'm click flip. And because this picture is highlighted, I'm gonna click this because I wanna flip it to be the other way around. Now, earlier today when I was practicing this, it was taking time to fix. So I give it an extra second to do what I wanted to do. Hurry up, hurry up. Yes, December 21st is the perfect time to finish this. Yes, it is. That's why I was doing this, Amanda, because I definitely wanted people to be able to use this. Come on now. Come on. Come on, Canva. Come on. All right. All right. Go ahead. Make me a liar. All right. So this is what I'm doing. So let me try it one more time. Because it usually works, but it's just taking extra time today. I don't know if it's because I have a lot of things going on. Come on, flip for me, flip. All right, fine, don't flip. But this is what I'm doing here. I'm going to make my head a little big so it just covers her whole picture. Come on, we'll flip it. Come on, flip, flip. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now it looks like, oh, Carla's doing yoga. Now we know this isn't really like me doing yoga, but it's sort of just an idea. She's got a lot of hair and I covered all of her hair. I could make it smaller, but whatever. I just wanted to give you an idea. This is something that you can do. So then I changed this to Aunt Carla Yoga. Okay. And then I hit this download button. And it enables me, if I click this, I could download it in a PNG, which is a high quality, or a JPEG, PDF. You know, there's all different things that I could do with it. That is why Canva is bae. So let's see, I'm gonna leave it on PNG, download. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and upload it as a photo. Upload from my computer, Aunt Carla Yoga. And then it pops up right here. So I will use it again later and you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's put yourself in the pic. I have a few different things I'm gonna show you how to do. Okay, next, this is about like creating pictures to put inside your vision board. Okay, now I want to go to, Actually, I'm going to redo this one. So another thing I did, if you want to look, we're talking about looking for a Google image. So someone earlier said, someone on Sunday said, it was a woman, and she said, um, I want to start a business with my wife. So I know right there. So this is, and I knew that she's a Black woman, and she is in a couple with another woman. So like, okay, what do we do? So I went looking earlier. So I will show you. Let's say Black. I had to go deep on this one, but Black lesbian couple. So let's say, and you see here it has images, not all. If you just leave it at all, the default, it'll share with you different blog posts. But it'll say images, and all of a sudden, boom, you have a lot of things to choose from, a lot of different kind of pics. So let's say, for example, you are a Black woman and you want to find your soulmate, and you're looking for another Black woman. So you could find, a picture like this. You could download that to your, you could add that to your vision board. Find the kind of couple that you're looking for. What do y'all look like? You want someone who looks more like, this is like a little more artsy, conscious couple. Or what if you want to get married? And you're like, okay, what does this look like? This is a beautiful picture of two women getting married, and look at their friends in the background. They are cheering them on. This might be something that means something to you. So find pictures, look for images that represent what you want. So I was saying earlier, people holding hands. And this one will be general, because when you say people, it could be anything. See, you have all kind of graphics and stuff. No. Be specific. That's the other thing. When you're looking for images, be specific as possible. Couple holding hands. Here we go. So here, people holding hands in all different kinds of formations. We have older hands, we have younger hands, we have silhouettes, we have people going off into the sunset. Whatever you're looking for, whatever says romance to you, whatever says, oh, I want that, that is what you're going to look for. Okay. And then you can just download. So like you'd click, here's one like this. So you'd right click, or if you have a Mac, you'd hit click. If you have a PC, you right click and you see where it says save image as. Click save image as, and I would actually change the name, holding hands, so I know what it looks like later when I'm looking for it. Holding hands, save. Okay. So let's see, that's Google Images. Like I have lists of all these things I want to show you. Oh, okay. Now then, let's say there's another thing you want to look through. Let's see, I found Unsplash. Unsplash is another place where you can get high quality, royalty-free photos. So I wanted pictures of money. And the thing is, you can find these often on Google as well, but sometimes you might find you want to get creative. So I put cash. Let's see some pictures of some cash. Okay, I like this picture here. I saw this one earlier. So download free. And it automatically downloads, so that's good. Oops. So now I'm going to go back to, I can add a page too, by the way. Let's say I want to have a whole bunch of different pictures. So we say upload media, we click device. So we have holding hands. I think I could do two pictures at once. And I know that Nathan Dumlau picture, that was that cash picture. So I hit open, and they will both download at the same time. All right. So we have holding hands, and if I want to have the holding hands here, I want to crop it. So what I'm showing you is also just how it works, how Canva works. If I want to crop it, done. Same thing with this money. And also see how this is positioned. If I want to change the position so that a picture is underneath another, I click backwards or forwards, and it goes either way. So here we are in, I'm at the cash picture again. I hit crop, and then I can just crop it to the size that I want. Oh, you know what else I can do? Watch this. Okay, crop it. But if I want, I can also use the effects filter and remove the background. I said I can remove the background. It's doing its thing. It's going to remove it shortly. And once it's, and here we go. See, look at that. So then, you know, if I wanted to put money in their hands, you know, this makes no sense whatsoever. But you see the idea. This is what you can do with Canva. So there's money. And if you want to have the picture separate, you would just, you know, add a new page, and I can drag this picture here. Oh, you notice that once I pulled it out, it totally undid the background removing, but it kept the crop. But it doesn't matter. You get the idea. So these, and if I want to download them, I could download them all as one file. I can download all 3 pictures, or I can choose 1, 2, or 3. So it's totally up to you how you'd like to do that. Okay, so let's see. Download from Unsplash, presentation. Okay, so now I want to show you how to do a regular presentation collage style. So first, we're going to go back to, share screen. Here we go. Okay, keynotes. Okay, now we have decide your vision. So I'm going to show you now 4 different ways that you can create a vision board in Canva. I'm going to show you a collage style using the presentation template, a grid style using the presentation template. I'm going to show you how to make a desktop wallpaper and also a phone wallpaper. These here are going to be static in the sense that you can put them on your computer screen, and they won't necessarily change unless you change them later. So there's different ways. We're going to do the Pinterest ones last, but I'm showing you first how to do it in do a collage style. Okay. Okay. Presentation in Canva, Google Chrome. Okay. Okay, so first for presentation, I want something that's going to be wider than it's tall. And they have like US letter if you wanted to have 8.5 by 11, but I wanted something wide. So I'm just going to use the presentation, and that's fine. So we're in Canva, and it'll automatically say untitled design, and it'll give you 1 canvas. So I go to my uploads, and I'm looking for the pictures that I've already uploaded. Now watch this. So I have a picture of me here. Let's see, holding hands. Maybe I can crop that later if I want. And the thing is, these are like uneven pictures, by the way. If you leave it like this, and you can change the size by playing with the slider here. But you can also do something like this. So here I hit crop. That way I just focus on the hands, or I crop this and focus on just the money. And you know, your vision is going to look like whatever you want. It's like some people, they're like, oh no, I don't want cash, or I don't want, I want my business, and that's fine. So you just you choose whatever you want. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I got a Grammy. Oops. Here's a wallet full of money. There's a theme here, right? Unity, you know, I just have to, so this is like a collage because I'm basically just dragging the photos the way, I don't know, here's a Christmas tree, you know, nothing fancy. So this is just a straight up collage version. Now, if I want to add some words to it, I can do this. So here, this is the elements button. Elements, click the elements. Now, elements gives you shapes and frames and stickers. So I want to use a shape. So I will pick a square and it'll give me a color. It'll give me any kind of color. I'm going to change the color. It could be white, but since since the background is already white, I'm going to make this yellow. And as a square, when you choose squares, you can make them into a rectangle that is movable by both the top and the height and the width. So then, let's see, I'll put this here. And then I will hit text. When I hit text, I click on one of these little text bars here, and it says add a little bit of body text. I can move it here and I'll say something like, I highlighted the text and then I just start typing. You can do it. Now what I want to do is I'm moving the slider sideways. So then I can make it large. Oops, then I can pull the text and I can make it, if I highlight the text, then hit bold, you know, and you can change the fonts. You can change the fonts by doing that here. So, you know, if I want to have Rye, you know, so you can play with all of these different fonts that come within Canva. So this is just one way of doing it in a presentation. Now I'm going to show you how to do it with a grid. So this is just kind of like mixy matchy and kind of, you can move things around and just put pictures on top of the other, and that's fine. Now, some people like to have things a little more neat. So for you, you might like a grid instead. So this is another, oh, see how it changed it? We'll just say presentation style vision board. Whatever I title it here will be the name of the document when I save it and when I download it. Okay, let's see. Grid. Okay, so then we're going to go to elements. We're going to go back to the elements. And frames are when you're just using one picture. I want to use grids because I want to have an even kind of uniform look to the grids. So I'm going to click see all, and all of these different grids come up. So for example, if I wanted to do something like, say I only wanted to do a couple of things. I only wanted 4 pictures. So I chose one of these grids, I clicked on it, and this is what came up. So then I go to uploads, and then I could drag this picture here, this picture here, this picture here, and you see how it's, and if I wanted to make it fit better, I would have to crop the photo in order for it to fit like a square. But another way I want to show you, come on, is a grid where, go to elements, grid, go back to grids, where they're all evenly spaced. I think there's one at the very bottom. So you can get creative as you want with these. with your grid. I'm just going to pick one that has like a whole bunch of the same size pictures. Ah, here we go. Aha, boom. Okay, so this is going to be a grid where every single picture is going to be the same size. Now, before I upload them or before I move the photos to their grids, I might want to crop them before I drag them over. But there's one. Let's see if I do this, what it does. Okay, so it's going to make everything a rectangle. But that way, everything is lined up in a row. So it'll crop it for me if I don't crop it. And you want to make sure that you like the way it looks. So this is just one way of doing it with a grid. Okay. Next step. Talk about, oh, and also, so these are, so these are just presentation style. So another one we're going to do, if you want to create a wallpaper for your computer, it has a desktop wallpaper already as a, here we go. See, it says desktop wallpaper. It already has the correct dimensions. So if you have a computer that you want to put your vision board on, you can do that. So here's a brand new canvas and the size and the template of desktop wallpaper. So again, you can go to elements and let's see, we want grid. So your grid can be as fancy and you can have it depending on the kind of pictures you have. You might want to mix it and match. So for example, you could have a grid like this, as I said. Just me. Me. Blah, blah, blah. Just kind of, so these are just 4 photos. But let's say I have a lot more. I get a different grid, go back to elements, and I go to that bottom grid, that last one. I just have to drag it. I'm just like scrolling down to get to these. And there's a lot of them. Okay, so this one gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 equally sized photos. And then I'd go back to uploads. So basically, when you want to upload new photos, you would just use this purple button, click that to upload pictures. So here we go again, just dragging. You get the idea. And then you would download, once your pictures are full, once you decide which one you like, you download it and then you can upload it to your desktop. And then every time you look at your computer, you will have your vision board in front of you. And then similarly, if you want to do one for your phone, you would go to Instagram story. Go to the Instagram story templates. Where are you? Okay, Instagram story, because it's the same size as, as your phone. So you can do the same thing if you wanted to do just a collage. It uploads. You could just do like that. Stop it. How'd that disappear? You saw that? Play nice. Okay. Or you can go back and do a grid again. Elements. Scroll down, see all to the grids. And depending on how many photos you want to put on your desktop, that's what you can use. So let's say we'll do this one. This one, it just has 3 photos. You might have more, you might have less, but there's so many different choices in the grids that you can choose from. So let's see, uploads. Yeah, we use that one instead. Holding hands. And let's see what it looks like with me doing yoga. So it's kind of squinched in there, but you get the idea. So you can play with the different grids and you can then download this image and upload it to your phone's desktop wallpaper. All right, let me just, before we go forward, whoops, let me see, any questions? Thank you. All right, so that is how to make vision boards in Canva. Now I'm going to show you how to make them in Pinterest, and I'll try to move fast because I know some of you are on lunch. Okay. Share screen. Google Chrome. Okay. So is anyone on Pinterest right now? Does anyone use Pinterest? Yes, yes. I already use it. Yeah, I love Pinterest. So if you've never used Pinterest, Pinterest is a really great tool for creating. Some people I've heard even use Pinterest as a way to create a personal, uh, a personal, a virtual altar, which I think is so cool. Like, who would have thought? But this is how creative we have to get when we are surrounded by people who are nosy, judgmental, critical, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, exactly. And the thing I love about them is you can make your boards totally private. So this is like my home page. This is one of my old Pinterest accounts. So I'm in Pinterest now. And this plus button is going to give me a chance I can create a new pin or a board. I'm going to create a brand new board. So let's say name, I don't know, Vision Board 2021. You don't have to put the dates on there if you don't want to. Keep this board secret. You're damn right. I can still see other people's pictures and use their pictures, but they can't see mine. And that's very important, especially when you're going to be using pictures of your own, when you're going to be uploading pictures that are personal to you, maybe has your children, your significant other. You don't want to find your picture showing up on someone else's Pinterest board. So I click create. Save some pins to your new board. So Pinterest is going to, automatically give you some ideas, but, well, you know what? I don't mind this one. Let's see. So save like that. Get shit done. So you can get, because I titled my board Vision Board, Pinterest is like, oh, well, let me see. Pinterest is going to suggest things that people might want to have on their vision board. So you're going to see things like be the woman who went for it. So I can add that. Done. But I really want to start adding some of my own stuff. Ooh, look at this one. I am rich. Here's some. So they're going to give you some suggestions. But I want to add some pictures. I don't want to have just memes or just, quotes. But I like that I am rich. So I'm going to go back to the vision board and I have these little things here. Now I want to add some things to it. So I add, oh wait, nope, not that. Add, nope. How do I add stuff? Now I forgot how to add pictures. I can upload pictures. And I can upload pictures here. And I just, my brain is going blank. You know that I did not test that part. But I'm not worried about that. I am not worried about that just yet. Let's see. Let's just go back to the board. Where's my vision board 2021? Okay, let's look for some pictures first. Let's look for some pictures while I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So let's say I want to go to the Bahamas. You know, we'll say I want to go to the Bahamas. So let's see, what are some pictures of the Bahamas that looks good? Mm, are those dolphin or sharks? I don't want to swim with the sharks. I want to swim with the dolphins. Oh, but look at this place. Bahamas on a budget, 7-day itinerary. So if I like that, then I click one of these little, I click this little thing here. It gives me option to choose which board I want to add it to. So I hit save. I save it to my vision board 2021. Oh, let's see. Let's say if I wanted to get, I'm already married, but let's say I wanted to get engaged, right? I wanted to get married. I look up engagement rings. This is one of those things that people like to look up, and there's all these different choices. So if you're like, oh, what kind of ring might I like? You're like, oh, this looks cute. Okay. And then you'd save it to the board that you want, save, or you want to get engaged in Paris, France, near the Eiffel Tower. You really want to be specific-ish? Then let's see, you'd save that to the vision board. All right. And let's see. So then when I go back to the board, oops, click on my vision board. I have more stuff on this board. Where is it? Where'd it go? Let me refresh. Okay, so as you see, these are pictures that I've seen, and this is kind of boring. Let me show you something I've done already. But first, I got to figure out how do I share a picture of my own. That really sucks that I don't remember how to do that. But let me show you what I've done in the past. This is the vision board that I had showed you from the past, and the thing about this is this was going on for a while, and I would continually add pictures. So here's pictures of me and Uncle Jim singing. This is Uncle Jim working. So it was like, I really wanted us to work from home. I have pictures of like cozy beds and the dream house. And here's Jim teaching music from home. Here's pictures of the North Pole. These are things that we're working on. So these are private pictures that no one but me could see. You guys can see it because I'm showing you. But if you were on Pinterest in your own world, you wouldn't see these. But these are the pictures that are important to me. Here I have the Empress card. That's my favorite card. And also there's certain pictures I may redo because they still feel good to me. You know, so like the Grammy Award, I added some of these again just because I wanted to have everything kind of in the same place when I did today's tutorial. But if you notice, there are a lot of pictures, and I'm going to give you, I'm going to show you how you can make this work for you. See, I have all kind of pictures. I have other kids singing the songs. I have more quotes. I have Oscar, you know, morning routine. I have a black Barbie. Oh, look at these like rustic places. So you get the idea. So this is what I was doing. So I'm going to show you how to create a manifestation ritual for yourself. But before I do that, I really need to figure out how to add pictures because I feel edit board. No, I don't want to add the board, edit the board, but I want to add pictures to it. How do I do that? This is really bumming me out. Okay, it's got to be easy. It's got to be, I know. Okay, go back to saved. Oh, I said saved. So when I'm at my profile, there's a plus sign here. I said there's a plus sign here. So I can create a pin. No, I don't want that. Okay, I don't need that. Okay. Okay, here we go. So after you make a new pin, that is what you do. You can drag and drop your picture, or you can click this box to add your images. Okay, holding hands, open. There we go, vision board. I'm gonna publish it. And it's gonna automatically go to vision board 2021. I can go and watch it. I can go and make sure that it's on the board, but I know it's there. Or I can just go to another one. I can keep on adding more pictures, create pin. So this is where we're going, where we can either, at that plus symbol, we can either create a pin or create a board. So we're gonna be creating a new pin. So I'm gonna click a new picture. Aunt Carla Yoga, open. They recommend something, okay, fine. This is whatever, this is just for me, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, we'll add another picture. Did we add? Oh, we did that one already. Cash, that cash picture. And then hit publish. So these are pictures that I created myself. So you can upload pictures of your personal, pictures with you and your partner, or pictures of people that you want to work with, because not everything you're looking for will be on Pinterest. You can find a lot of stuff on Pinterest though. But if you don't, you can just upload it yourself, especially when it's pictures that pertain to you and your life and your particular dream. Okay, so to see it now, we want to see it now. I'm going to go to Vision Board 2021. So not only do I have those beginning quotes, I have the Bahamas, I have the picture that I made of, Aunt Carla doing yoga. This is supposed to be that cash money that just, I guess I have too many things going on so you can't see it, but here's that picture that I uploaded of holding hands. So if I want to, so my choices are, I can either look for other pictures in Pinterest, and I can also do stuff like things like red and black. Like say if there's something you're going for and there's a particular color scheme that you have, you're like, ooh, I want a dress that's red and black. I want something witchy. It just so happens that there's something witchy here, right? So I'm going to drop down, you click this drop down menu. I said I'm going to, yep, here we go. I'm going to save it to Vision Board 2021. Let me see, is there anything else? Ooh, here's another red and black winter witch. It's going to save it to Vision Board 2021. I don't know, here's a scorpion for no good reason, but I'm going to add it. Oh, red and black are my favorite colors. That's probably what I'm thinking about. So, and why they're giving me, I must have clicked raw greens. Okay, all right, so you get the idea. Let me get back to saved. And by the way, saved is where my boards are. So these are all different boards. So here we are with the vision board. Oh, let me refresh the page. Okay, so now you see here are, so we started out with these different quotes, and then and here are like different pictures. So this is the idea. This is how you create a vision board. So now I'm just going to give you a quick, I'm going to give you a quick manifestation ritual, and we are out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today for your lunch or, your afternoon. Okay. Okay. We're going to share. We're going to go back to the keynote presentation. Okay. So I've showed you in Canva how to do presentation collage style, grid style in a presentation, desktop wallpaper, and phone wallpaper. And I showed you my vision board and how I'm continually adding pictures to it. So this is the Pinterest manifestation ritual that I feel is very powerful. First, decide on your desired income. Like think about what is it that you want to create. Next, list the qualities that would be included. So we're saying if you're looking for love, then what kind of qualities? Holding hands, affection. Do you want this person to look a certain way, be a certain height? You can, find pictures like that. So list the qualities that would be included. Then you start a Pinterest board with at least 10 pictures. So just start with 10 just to start with. But now this is where it gets really cool. Every day for the next 30 days, but you could do it longer than that, add at least one new picture to your board. Bit of body text that's not supposed to be there. But every day for the next 30 days, add at least one new picture to your board. And that means every day you're showing up to the board. And sometimes you might add 2 pictures, you might add 3, and that's fine. The idea is we're not going to create a vision board once and walk away from it. Sometimes in my experience, when I do a vision board, leave it on the wall, I kind of get like a fatigue and I kind of ignore it. But it can be very powerful to do this as a ritual and show up to your Pinterest vision board every day, and you can make it magical. You can have a magical session. So before you go onto Pinterest, you can light a candle or incense, and you can play a musical playlist, like your favorite songs. You can set something up in Spotify or YouTube, however you want to do it. So while your music is playing, you just have a little fun on Pinterest and you add a new picture. And every day when you are adding a new picture to Pinterest, it is showing you different scenes. You are like reminding yourself, this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm trying to create. This is, and it's letting your subconscious mind see constant reminders of what you want. That's why it's so important to focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. You're looking to lose weight, then, get yourself a picture of yourself doing something healthy, or putting yourself on a smaller body, or showing healthy activities or a different kind of diet. Focus on what you want to see, not what you constantly see every day. Because if you know that you're not doing these things, it's not going to work. So you want to continually see the vision or pictures of yourself doing these things, or these different images that represent what it is that you want to create. Does that make sense? So week 1 assignment is, as I said before, perform a divination or meditation on your intentions for 2021. Remember, we're talking about, okay, what does it look like? So take some time to think about what it is that you want to create in 2021. And, especially if you're going to do your vision board, right? Choose one main intention. Do not overwhelm yourself with all these different things. I want to have a baby. I want to get married. I want to start a new business. Choose one main intention and then create a digital vision board. So today's tutorial will help you, make that happen. So once you get your divination happening and you realize, okay, this is really what I want to do this in 2021. This is what I want to happen. Create a digital vision board. So that is this week's assignment. And if you choose, you can share your intention and or your vision board in the Marie Lazeau Cleanup Club group on Facebook.